Saving the church money?
It's definitely a savings.
One last question, Amanda. Would you recommend James to others?
I would definitely recommend James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
We're on the Badgers.
We saw a glimpse of what this team wants to be. Smash mouth, run it down your throat, pound the rock. Classic Wisconsin football. That's what they're trying to get back to. But they're still not there yet.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station. 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
The biggest moments.
One man to beat up the right sideline.
See ya, baby.
99-yard touchdown run.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships.
The biggest stories from area high school sports. This is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, here's Hunter Vaughn.
Another week of high school football in the books. We saw upsets. We've got huge games coming up this week. We've got teams looking for playoff spots with the new metric. It's an exciting time of the year for you and I, Dennis, as playoffs are just a couple weeks away.
It feels like it now today. A little bit of rain this week.
Yeah.
Cool weather down in the 60s, maybe 50s at game time on Friday. Yeah, it's postseason's coming.
Yeah, it definitely feels like postseason football is coming. Last week didn't feel like it. We were up in the 80s. The weather was nice. It felt like those were August games or early September games with the way the weather was feeling. Now it's starting to feel like playoff and football weather.
Brewers are still playing baseball.
Exactly, yeah. I was like, is this July? This is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. Zimbrick Honda has been a part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at two convenient Madison service locations, one on Fish Hatchery Road and the other on Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? At Zimbrick Honda, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for how much, Dennis?
$1.
That's right, just $1. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. We've got a great show in store. We're going to look back at some of the games from this past week from around the area. Plus, we have 2 awesome guests that are going to be joining us. We'll have Anna Miller of Edgewood High School. She just verbally committed to play for the Wisconsin Badgers, and she's just going into her junior year now. So that's an awesome get for the Badgers to get in-state players. That's something, Dennis, you and I have talked a lot about on this show of women's basketball. There's so much great high school girls basketball in this state that if the Badgers could just get a few of them to start staying in state and be here and develop and be a part of the program, women's basketball could just take off. And it feels like maybe we're on the verge of that happening with some of the recruits that are committing to the Badgers. So we're going to talk to Anna Miller here at 7:45.
Yeah, Coach Pinston's done a great job coming hitting the ground running since she took over. Mm-hmm. And I just got a good feel. And we just put our stats crew together for the first games coming up here, thinking, oh, wow, red-white scrimmage for the guys is coming up. They got a media day for both the men and women coming up next week. So it's a great time. Yeah, it's a little tough at Camp Randall these days, but there's a lot of excitement in the Kohl Center coming. And then, again, just having Anna just down the street.
Yep.
A Madison area player. Last Madison player was Estelle. We played at Edgewood. She was a Stanford recruit. Came here for her senior year. And I have to go back and see the last time we had a recruit actually came in as a freshman. It's been a while.
Yeah, it definitely has, and that's awesome. It'll help get the city kind of behind the team a little bit more, having a local player. We're going to have to wait a couple of years before we see her play at the Kohl Center, but still an awesome get for the Badgers. We'll hear from our UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. We'll also hear from the head coach of the Milton Red Hawks, Dan Prahl. He'll be joining us in studio this evening as he gets ready for a giant game for the Red Hawks as they take on Sun Prairie East. Plus, a little bit of bubble watch as the new playoff matrix. We talked about it with Jesse Norris of Edgewood High School last week. We've got some area teams that are on the fringe, some teams that are just barely in, but play some teams that are just barely out this week. So the Dean and I will be taking a look at the bubble watch and let you know some teams to be watching out for these last couple weeks of the season. But we've got to take a look back at our past week from the area teams. We'll begin in the Big 8 Conference. In these last 2 weeks for Vel Phillips Memorial, they really saved themselves from the fate of Ophelia as they ended their 5-game losing streak with a 42-0 win the previous week and then a 50-19 win against Janesville Craig last week.
Yeah, it's I don't know what else to say about that one. 50-19?
Yeah. It was an impressive win for Vel Phillips Memorial. Some other teams.
Yeah, again, you look at the start of the season, they had 3 starters back playing different positions. And Coach Battaglia has done a good job with that. It's just kind of holding fort until getting to some of those winnable games they had. I'll tell you, they went out with the new matrix system. They got a chance to go to the playoffs. Still clinging. They got to win out, and some things have to happen here for them. But after an 0-5 start, it's great back-to-back the last 2 weeks.
Definitely.
And again, Craig was a team that, again, this week they got a big game with West that we thought was a playoff team. I don't know, maybe not after what happened in Memorial.
Yeah,
maybe they'll steal one.
Yeah, we'll talk about West a little bit later on, and even their game here this last week is Verona. They weren't crying their eyes violet like Elizabeth Taylor after their loss to Middleton last week. They bounced back with a 40-7 win against Madison West. The Regents, they might be getting a little superstitious, though. They might have to knock on wood to get into the postseason, as right now they're sitting at number 36 in the playoff matrix. So Verona, they're right now at 20, but again, the Regents at 36. They're kind of in that spot. They've got to get a little bit of help here.
Well, back-to-back, though, they got Craig and they got Middleton, so they can determine their own destiny. They went out, they're in.
Yeah, definitely. As we continue on, Janesville Parker with a 41-28 win against Madison La Follette. That was kind of an expected result for us from those teams. And then Middleton, they were early in the year, they were sleepless in the Onyx night after their week 1 39-36 loss at Bayport. But now their sky is opalite, winning 6 in a row, and they're coming off of a 56-3 win over Madison East. The first points Madison East has scored all season.
Now, I understand they've got a really good kicker, but you got to get the ball in kicking range. Middleton had a turnover, and they gave East an opportunity, so they took advantage of it. But Joey Pasaglia just keeps getting better and better. He led all 6 scoring drives in limited playing time. He had a 79-yard touchdown run, 15 of 19 for 244 and 4 touchdowns. And that was like 2 years ago when I saw Middleton play. Quarterback plays 4 or 5 series, and they're done when they play East. So it's tough to pile up stats.
Yeah.
If you want all conference and whatever. And you don't want to run it up. But, guys got to play toward the end of the season, especially with the playoffs coming.
Yeah.
But you got to keep them healthy, and that was a big thing for Joey.
Definitely was. We continue looking at the games from the past week here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. In the Capital Conference, Columbus showed who's the father figure in the Capital, winning at Lake Mills 41-35. The Cardinals are now 5-0 in conference, and they're really controlling things in the Capital.
Yeah, and I did my update on Tyler Woline. Guess what?
Did he finally throw an interception?
Threw an interception, though. He was 16 of 33 for 320 yards and 5 touchdowns. That was a shootout with Columbus. Was the final score? was 41-35. So all 5 touchdowns. He also rushed for 80 yards this year and a touchdown. He's now at 1,850 yards, 28 touchdowns to 1 interception. So another multiple touchdown game. He was also the leading rusher in that game at 7 for 23. The rest of the team was 7 for 0. So that told the story right there. Lake Mosey could not run against Columbus, put all that pressure on Moline, and he still threw for 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the entire state. We had one other area team from the capital, Lodi. They were shut out against Darlington, 38-0. A tough loss for Lodi, but Darlington, a team we'll talk about a little bit later on in our media poll, as they've been up in the top of the small school poll all season long. We then move on to the Badger Large Conference, and we're going to start with the eldest daughter in the Badger Large, Waunakee. They've led the way for years. They've had that big sister energy with a 41-7 win over Sun Prairie East, just absolutely dominating the Cardinals, and that's what we expect out of a Waunakee team.
This is the first time since the Sun Prairie School split that East has lost more than one conference game. And in this one, they've already lost. They lost Brady Kaufman in their game against Monona Grove, out for the season with an injury. And I had some turnovers, and that's going to be one of their keys in their game against Milton this week, is limiting their turnovers. Waunakee just pounces on it. It's like dinner time here. It's like my cat, boom, he springs right for the food. That was Waunakee last week at East.
And then we look at the Monona Grove and Oregon game. I don't think Monona Grove is going to care if they ruined any friendship they might have with Oregon, as they had a 21-0 shutout. Monona Grove's just rolling right now. They're looking at potentially a 1 seed here in the playoffs. They've got a real chance to make a run at Camp Randall.
Yeah, they've had their share of injuries too this year, but they just keep going. 6-1, and you look at 4-1 in the conference, and they got a chance yet here because Milton plays Waunakee that last week. So, if MG wins out, and they only had that 1 point loss because of a blocked extra point in overtime against Waunakee, realize how close they are to being one of the top teams in the state. Now, it looks like they are going to be in their division.
Yeah.
They got a chance for number 1.
Yeah, they definitely do. And then continuing to look back at the games from the Badger Large Conference, things for Sun Prairie West, they haven't looked pretty all year. They did get a win against Fort Atkinson, 42-7, but quarterback Nolan Russler's stat line, it was actually romantic, Dennis. 2 of 5, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns for the quarterback. I mean, that's such a fun stat line when we get teams that are going to run the ball, the offense is rolling, and 2 of 5, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you got to love it there. Now, that's a couple of wins there for the Wolves.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes, the Wolves. You got to love it. And you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And Fort Atkinson right now is the bottom of the conference. They've struggled all year, and West, that's going for them. Doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs based on the new matrix, but can look at for next year.
And then one more game from the Badger Large Conference. Milton's offense, it was sweet as honey as they put up 42 points in a 42-7 win against DeForest.
Yeah, can't wait to see the Red Hawks play this week.
They have a really good offense, and it's going to be a lot of fun this game against Sun Prairie East.
Yeah, you see DeForest is down a little bit. Now they got Waunakee this week, and that's a rivalry game, and they can make their season by upsetting the Warriors. So Waunakee better not look past them, even though DeForest has had a down year. This is one of those games, one of those weeks the Norskis have to be pointing for.
And then the last conference from the area, as we look back at the games from this past Friday, the Badgers small, Mount Horeb Barneveld. They're trying to have their past postseason losses canceled with a deep run this year. But first, they need to take care of business, as so far they're 6-1, and they had a 52-19 win at Lakeside Lutheran. Lakeside Lutheran they're a good team. They're just in a really tough spot being in that Badger small conference. They fit better with the capital. That's where they'll be next year. And Mount Horeb Barneveld, they've really got to take care of business this week against Edgewood.
Yeah, Hayden Anderson caught 4 of the 7 touchdown passes thrown by Brooks Hendrickson in that game. Ended up with 10 receptions, career 165 yards, according to GoBound. And Anderson, that's going to be a tough matchup with Edgewood. How do you match up with a 6'7" athletic guy? He's going to be a basketball and a baseball player. I can't wait to see him play those 2 sports as well this year. But again, that's going to be a great matchup. And Mount Horeb, You can't get caught looking past an underdog like that, and they put Lakeside away early, and Lutheran got some few points there at the end. Hoping to get one win. Nobody wants to go 0 for 9 for the season. But again, next year back in the Capitol will be a better fit, and they need more. They just don't match up numbers wise too.
Yep.
And you get an injury, really affects you. You can't have next man in if you don't have a next man
exactly
right now. So, but again, Mount Horeb Barneveld, after that Grafton loss really set the tone for their season. And they've been on a mission ever since.
They definitely have been. Another game from the Badgers, small Sauk Prairie hosted Portage. The Eagles won that one 31-14 for Sauk Prairie. They're going to have a big game at the end of the year as they take on Edgewood, who the Edgewood Crusaders, they have a state title on their wish list as they showed it with a dominant 42-7 win against Stoughton. That was the game that you and Jesse Nelson were on the call for this past Friday, and we thought Edgewood was going to be good. They definitely showed it on Friday night.
Yeah, they got two tough ones now. They get Mount Horeb Barneveld and Sauk. And Sauk, that was a tie game. The last play of the third quarter, Jacob Brynick kicks a 37-yard field goal. Then they took advantage of some turnovers in the final quarter. Brian Brynick is a guy you got to talk about. A senior linebacker. He had 9 tackles, 6 solos, had a tackle for loss. He's one of the big players for them. And after they gave up 43 points to Mount Horeb in the second half, the week before, that was a big bounce back game for the Eagles. So they get Stoughton this week, and then boom, Madison Edgewood. So it's still got a possibility for a 3-way tie there. If Edgewood wins and Sauk beats Edgewood, we got 3 teams at 5-1. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot to still play for a lot of these teams. But then, too, you're in a conference with the Badger Small. You've got Edgewood and Mount Horeb Barneveld. They're sitting up at the top. There's a lot of expectations for them. And like I said, Edgewood, they have their eyes set on going to Camp Randall. So does Mount Horeb Barneveld. These two teams, they're in that spot where you have these expectations. You know the community has expectations for you. You have to try and live up to them while also staying week to week and keeping a bunch of teenagers, on track with things.
Well,
but
this is also senior night for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Mm-hmm. The seniors have never lost homecoming or on senior night. They're going for their 4th straight unbeaten conference season, 5th title overall. They shared it 4 years ago. So there's a lot of motivation for them on their field. That's where that might tilt if you got a point spread on this one, they get a little bit of edge for that home field advantage because the Vikings fans will be out. They'll be rocking it on Friday night in Mount Horeb.
They definitely will be, but Dennis, that's just the life of a showgirl, as this is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will continue on and look at the small and medium media polls from this past week here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly.
You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, breaking down more from this week in area high school sports next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's Top Prospect Camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to their activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more about the Ortho Team Clinic at stoughtonhealth.com.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others: take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot.
Whoa, you nailed it!
Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
October baseball is on ESPN Madison.
At the track, wall, goal!
It's the Brewers.
This is way back. Bye-bye baseball.
Versus the Cubs.
Hap on the warning track. Hap at the wall. It's gone!
This Wednesday, the NLDS heads back to Chicago for Game 3. Catch every pitch of the I-94 postseason matchup right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. This
is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. We're also brought to you by Midwest Financial Group, and the lineup at Midwest Financial Group consists of coaches for your financial world, organizing the players on your personal team for... Behind every great team, I lost my spot there, Dennis. Behind every great team is a great coach. Let the lineup at Midwest Financial Group be yours for your financial planning needs. Head to mfgteam.com to get started today. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. So I want to come clean, as if you were listening on the radio to our last segment, as well as then tuning in here now, you heard a Taylor Swift song as we were coming back. So if anyone thought that I was talking kind of like a crazy person in that first segment,
you were.
I was, yes. Taylor Swift had a new album come out this weekend. I'm a bit of a Swiftie, so I wanted to have a little bit of fun, and I was working in some Taylor Swift song titles, or all 12 from the past album. So that was specifically why I said Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor Wood, Opalite, Father Figure, Eldest Daughter, Ruin the Friendship, Actually Romantic, Honey, Canceled, Wishlist, and then probably the strangest one for anybody, The Life of a Showgirl. So I just wanted to let everyone know I wasn't having a stroke on the air. I wasn't trying to be I was trying to be cute and clever with it, but there was a specific reason for it. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knew and was in on the joke now after you kind of sat with it for a break.
Yes. It's one of your better moments. Thank you, Hunter.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to take a look now at our media poll. We're going to, in this segment, quickly go through the small and the medium school polls, as we didn't see a whole lot of change from the small school one, but we will again begin with the small school. And if you've been following along here, the only change you will see is at number 10, the Lourdes Academy is our new number 10 team there, 6-0 on the year. And This is their first appearance on the 7-0 on the year. This is their first appearance in the media poll. They've held opponents to one score in each of the last 2 weeks, so that got them in at number 10. Otherwise, it is, again, the same as it was last week with Manitowoc Lutheran at number 9, Potosi Cassville at 8, Blackhawk Warren at 7. We're going to have that huge matchup in 2 weeks between Blackhawk Warren and Potosi Cassville. That's going to be a conference title game and one that's going to have implications for playoff seedings as well. But then Boyceville at number 6, Kenosha St. Joseph again getting another first place vote at number 5, Grantsburg at 4, the Regis Ramblers at number 3, Darlington getting 3 first place votes. They're still at number 2, and then Edgar again at number 1, as they have been all season long in the small school poll, coming in with 10 first place votes.
You know who I want to see play each other?
Who?
Edgar and Darlington.
Yeah. That
Here you go right now. Darlington so far, they've rushed for 2,048 yards, 33 touchdowns, 9.3 rushes. But they've also got 7 fumble recoveries, 8 interceptions, 45 tackles for loss. Their defense, they've only given up 13.8 points. Edgar has only given up 2 touchdowns all year. 2 games, 6 points, 5 shutouts. They've rushed for 25 touchdowns. But that defense has been phenomenal. So you get both teams. That would be a natural running clock.
Yes, absolutely.
The word pass is a 4-letter word, literally.
Yeah, you'd be lucky if you saw double-digit passes in that game. Yes, total between both teams. They know how to run the ball. That's what they do, and they don't shy away from it at all. So again, that's our small school poll. The only change from last week was at number 10, Lourdes Academy, and then it's Manitowoc Lutheran at 9, at 8, Potosi Cassville, Blackhawk Warren at 7, Boyceville 6, Kenosha St. Joseph 5, Grantsburg at 4, Regis number 3, Darlington number 2 with 3 first place votes, and number 1 with 10 first place votes again are the Edgar Wildcats. We now move over to the medium school poll here on our Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. This was one that we have seen a little bit more change from the past week because there was a giant upset up north with Rice Lake and River Falls getting a win over Rice Lake. But up until we get to Rice Lake, things have stayed put with Plymouth again, number 10. They've stayed put. They've been there for a few weeks now. They're 7-0, and right now they're looking at a number 1 seed in Division 3 with the playoff matrix. Then at 9, Baldwin Woodville. They survived last week, a 2-point win against Altoona. They host 6-1 Osceola this Friday. And then a tie for number 7 between Racine St. Catharines and Columbus. Number 6 is Grafton. They're undefeated. They're eyeing a 1 seed, and they've got a 3-5 Greendale team and then a 0-5 Shorewood Mesmer Dominican to wrap up their season, so they should be able to finish 9-0. Then at number 5, still getting a first place vote, was Rice Lake. They lost to River Falls 40-28, but with the matrix and the points for victories you have and then how well the teams you beat do, Rice Lake's still the number 1 team in the Division 2 rankings for the Matrix rankings. So we had a voter who felt they should still be number 1. We had another voter I know put them at number 2. A lot of the other voters dropped them down. But Dennis, the numbers say Rice Lake's still one of the best teams in the state.
It is, yeah. That was just a great game. That's a rivalry game, and the River Falls hadn't won that in years.
Mm-hmm.
So that again was a huge upset. But there's still some things to go, places to go. They are the number 1 seed in Division 2, so that's what they're playing for to win out.
Yeah, the schools, they love, I'm sure the players, they love to have the accolades of the media and the media across the state paying attention to them. That playoff matrix and that seeding is really where things really count for these schools. And a lot of these coaches, they're kind of in a spot now where they're like, okay, we're going to get in. We really just need to be healthy in 2 weeks, because that's where their season really begins for a team like Rice Lake, who's been to Camp Randall for back-to-back seasons. Then moving up to number 4 are the Winneconne Wolves. They're 7-0. They've got a conference title game, essentially, against Seymour in Week 9, who's also undefeated in conference play for them. So that's the game to watch out for the Winneconne Wolves. Aquinas in at number 3. They got 1 first-place vote. They're 7-0. They're going to be playing West Salem here, and that's a game that will decide their conference as well, as both teams are undefeated in conference play. Then number 2 is Catholic Memorial, and still at number 1 with 12 first-place votes is Notre Dame. They're 7-0. They're unbeaten, but they have a battle of unbeatens against Oshkosh North in Week 9 to finish off their season.
Yep, one of my favorite players, Kingston Allen. His update, 1,173 yards, 9.2 carry, 20 touchdowns. Also caught 2 passes for 107. You get him out in the open space. So Kingston, got to love that name, and we might be seeing him here in a few weeks. Well, we're in Week 8 and Week 14, 6 weeks, Camp Randall.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Ott, though, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. We saw him at the Cole Center playing for Oshkosh North for the boys basketball team. That could be an offensive shootout to finish off the season between Oshkosh North and Green Bay Notre Dame.
Got to keep Ott healthy for basketball season. Last year he was out and missed most of the regular season with a football injury.
But I think he's more of a football player.
Yeah.
I mean, from taking a look at his Twitter, that's really what he focuses on. He's got a lot of tape on him throwing and his camps and everything. So,
but he's one of those guys you like to see, those multiple sport athletes.
Yes, absolutely.
Really excels on the hard court.
Definitely. As again, recapping our medium school poll here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. Number 10, the Plymouth Panthers. The Warriors of Baldwin Woodville check in at 9. A tie for number 7 between Racine St. Catharines and Columbus. Grafton at number 6. The Rice Lake Warriors falling down to number 5, still getting a first-place vote, though. Then number 4, the Winneconne Wolves. The Blue Golds of Aquinas at 3. Catholic Memorial is number 2. And then still number 1, Notre Dame with 12 first-place votes. That will do it for our small and medium school polls here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. Don't forget, we finish up our show with the PrepMania On Deck segment, so leave something in the YouTube chat, either the Daily Dodge YouTube or here on the ESPN Madison YouTube chat. Any teams you think that Dennis and I should talk about, any games you want us to talk about and focus on to wrap up our show, that's when we'll talk about those. But coming up next, we'll have our UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, as well as Anna Miller from Edgewood High School, the junior who just verbally committed to the Wisconsin Badgers to play women's basketball here at Wisconsin. We'll be talking to Anna Miller coming up at 7:45. All of that and more coming up on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly.
More of Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly coming up next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, That's all.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
No sleep till!
Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly continues on, and it's now time for us to hear from our UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, as the Dean earlier this week sat down with Kayla Landerud of McFarland High School, who will be our UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Kayla Landerud from McFarland High School.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So, volleyball and track and field.
Yep.
What do you like about volleyball? Why do you play?
I like that everything's different. Like a lot of sports, it's kind of like the same thing. Like basketball, the goal is to get it in the hoop, but volleyball, you have this big court, so every play is different, every kill is different, so I just like the variety in it.
Now, but when you go to college, you're going to play volleyball.
I am, yes.
And UW Milwaukee, of course, right there. Yeah, you're going to be a Panther.
Yes, I am. My dad was a Panther, so keeping the name strong, I guess.
And what attracted you to Milwaukee, and when did they start the process?
So they started, you're allowed to talk to college coaches after your junior year in the summer, or sophomore year in the summer. So I did a lot of recruiting stuff with different schools and all that stuff, and I went on a visit there, and my dad was really excited because obviously he went there, and just going to Milwaukee as a kid for like tournaments or just day trips was always like a fun memory. So I always really liked the city there and the environment. So when I met the coaches and the team, they were super nice, super inviting, and they just had a great dynamic, so it really drew me there.
You mentioned kills. You got your 1,000th kill.
I did,
What
yes.
was that like? Was it pretty special?
Yeah, it was kind of surreal because, it doesn't feel like that long ago. I was a freshman just starting, so it's crazy to just reach that milestone, and I'm the second person in McFarland history to get it, so that's also really cool, but I couldn't have done it without my past teammates and setters and defense, so it's really great.
And the program's had a lot of success going to state. What was it like getting to go to state?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. That's probably one of my fondest memories. And that was with all my friends at the time, so that was so cool. And it's just like a great experience up there in Green Bay, like the Resch Center and like the stands and the courts, it's crazy.
And your parents now having a dad that was so successful here.
Yeah.
Was your mom in sports too?
Yeah, my mom played actually college basketball at Green Bay for 2 years. She went to Minnesota for high school and played basketball and volleyball, but ended up playing college basketball for a couple of years. But yeah.
So where do you get the genes from, mom or dad? Who takes
We
credit
talk
for
about
it?
this in my house all the time. And we usually say it's from my mom, only because my dad was a runner and I am not a runner. So it's usually my mom, and she's tall. She's taller than my dad, so I thank my mom for most of the genes. Sorry, Dad.
And when you look back at your time in McFarland, what's going to stand out the most about being a Spartan?
One of my club coaches put it real nicely that at the end of the day, you don't really remember like the games or like some of the sports. You'll remember some of the sporting stuff, but like it's just like the memories you make with the people and the people you meet along the way. So honestly, I'll probably just remember the people and the memories more than anything.
It's our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Kayla Landerud, McFarland High School.
Yep.
Congrats and have a great senior year.
Thank you.
Again, that was Kayla Landerud of McFarland High School, our UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. Here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, we're also brought to you by Stoughton Health. They've been providing trusted care close to home, and they are proud to support the student athletes from around the area. From rehab to ortho care, Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more today. Coming up after the break, we are joined by a future Badger, Anna Miller of Edgewood High School. She's just started her junior year. She's already verbally committed to the Badgers, and as a sophomore, led Edgewood all the way to the state championship game and led the team in scoring as a sophomore. Can't wait to talk to Anna. It's going to be an awesome time talking to her and why she chose Wisconsin, as well as looking ahead to the Edgewood basketball season. Anna Miller of Edgewood High School joins us next here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly.
You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, breaking down more from this week in area high school sports next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's Top Prospect Camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Every team needs captains and playmakers, and Madison and Dane County Pizza Hut locations are looking for both. They're hiring managers to lead the crew and drivers to deliver big wins and pizzas. Find part-time or full-time roles with flexible hours, plus full benefits for those who work 30 or more hours per week. Whether it's running the huddle or making plays on the road, there's a spot at Pizza Hut for you. Apply today at jobs.pizzahut.com. That's jobs.pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all four quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Staying on Wisconsin sports never stops with the Jump Around podcast.
It's difficult as a player to hear those chants about people wanting to fire your head coach, and then you have to go out and practice hard and prepare for a team like they're going to face against Michigan. So it's a difficult time for Wisconsin football, but Wisconsin has been there before. They can get through this.
The Jump Around, outfitted by Iron Jock Apparel, with guests presented by Steinhoffels, streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly continues on, and we're now joined by a future Badger, Anna Miller from Edgewood High School, who's just started her junior year. Anna, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
Now, I want to start with this, Anna, because, you know, I've grown up in the state of Wisconsin, and Badgers women's basketball, it's been kind of up and down, hasn't always been great. So what was it about Wisconsin and this women's basketball program that made you feel like, you know what, this is where I need to take my next step after high school?
Well, there are many reasons, but I think it's just such a cool opportunity to be able to represent my home state. I've always been a Badgers fan, and it's always been a dream of mine. Obviously, growing up in Madison, I'm super excited also to stay home close to family, but really I got to know Coach P and her staff very well, and I think that my values just really align with them, and I'm excited about Coach P's vision, and I can't wait to be a part of it, so I'm excited about it.
It comes down to culture, doesn't it? You like the culture of the program now?
Yes, that's right. I've gotten to spend a lot of time with the players and staff, and I really like Coach P's approach to everything, and I believe that it's a place where I won't only grow as a basketball player, but also as a student and as a teammate, as a friend, and grow in my faith. So I definitely think that she's building a strong culture, so that definitely was a big part of it.
Estella Moscow was the last one from Edgewood to play. She was a grad, so you're the first freshman, incoming freshman there out of Madison for a long time. But did you see Estella play?
Yeah, I got to watch her, and she's been awesome. She's been a great mentor to me. She's around supporting us a lot, so it's definitely cool to follow in her footsteps.
We're joined by Anna Miller of Edgewood High School here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. So, Anna, you know, I want to look back at your last season here at Edgewood. It was a tough end of the year, and I'm sorry to kind of go at some not fully healed wounds as you guys fell in the state championship game 59-58 in triple overtime to Wauwatosa East. Looking back at that game, is that something that's been motivating you now throughout the summer as you're starting to gear up for your junior season, or is it one of those where you're like, you know what, that game's done, it's over with, that was March 15th, and I don't think about March 15th anymore, and I just keep looking ahead?
I think it definitely serves as motivation whenever something ends like that, but I'm just so grateful for the whole experience. To be at state 2 years in a row and to play with such amazing girls and for such an amazing staff was such a blessing. So of course, I wish it ended differently, and it definitely serves as motivation for this year and the next year, but I definitely look back fondly of the whole experience as well. It was a good year, lots of good memories.
Are you playing tennis this fall?
I'm not. I stopped this year.
Just gave it a shot last year? Well, that was your 1 year?
Yeah, I did it my freshman and sophomore years, and it was fun, but It's been a good fall also.
Was there anything from those couple of years of playing tennis that you're like, this is something I learned from that sport that you can carry over to basketball?
I think it being an individual sport, there's a lot of, I think, a mental side to it that you learn how to carry yourself in difficult situations. So I think that definitely helped me in basketball, and I think it's kind of a cool opportunity to have an individual sport and more of a team sport. So it definitely was a really good experience. I think it helped me.
Well, it's something you can do as you get older just for fun, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's good to carry through life.
You want to talk a little bit about your teammates coming back here? I'm sure to have this decision, first of all, it's got to be great to have this weight lifted off your shoulders and know where you're going. But you want to talk a little bit about your teammates coming up?
Yeah, awesome.
Anything?
I think.
Okay.
I think we have a great team. I think we have a great team coming back. We had 7 seniors last year, so we'll definitely have a lot of younger girls. So I'm looking forward to getting the opportunity to lead a new group. But we have me and Beanie Thompson and Macy Fallis returning for starters. So I'm excited to continue to grow with them, play with them, and then lift up all the underclassmen who they've been working really hard. So I'm excited for the season ahead. I think it should be a good one.
Well, I've seen Beanie a couple of times just take charges and hit the floor. She's got to be one of the toughest girls you've played with, isn't she?
She is. She's awesome. She's very fun to play with. Very hard worker. Great teammate.
Well, for you, one of the things, I mean, I remember doing one of your postseason games. I think it was that freshman year for you, and you were getting significant minutes with the team. And now you're going into your junior year. What was something that maybe you learned from other upperclassmen when you were getting some time as an underclassman playing that now you're taking that, as you mentioned, helping out these other girls that are going to be maybe seeing their first varsity minutes or significant varsity minutes coming into this season?
I've been very blessed to have lots of amazing role models as leaders. I'd say that's the main thing I take away is I want to just learn from them to be a great teammate and always encouraging the underclassmen and, welcoming them in from the start because that's how I was treated and it meant a lot. So I think really a big thing will just be, telling the younger girls to have fun and enjoy it and that mistakes are going to happen, but really just encouraging them and to do their best and know that we're all in it together. It'll be great.
Do you realize, from freshman to sophomore now to junior year, as a leader, you've been a leader basically on the court since your freshman year, but are there any particular skills that you think you picked up that are really going to help you and that you can continue to improve on?
Yeah, I've always really enjoyed trying to be a leader on the court, and I think as I've gotten older, I've become more and more vocal, so I'm continuing to work on that and hopefully become even more vocal this year. But like I said, just trying to be good vocal leader and lead by word and example.
Now, I'm sure you get this asked a lot by your family members as now you've decided on where you're going to be going to college with that commitment to the Wisconsin Badgers. But have you thought at all about what it is you're going to be majoring in, anything that's interests you from that aspect since, you are a student athlete?
Yeah, I'm not certain yet. I am thinking maybe possibly engineering or business. I like the STEM field a lot, so I'm thinking maybe something in that realm or else business too. So we'll see. I'm not fully decided yet, but have a little bit of time to figure that out.
So what you're basically telling me is if you're thinking about engineering, is that you're already smarter than Dennis and I combined.
I don't know about that, but I enjoy it.
This is our first conversation that we've had, and I can tell you that you are. So it's okay. I know you want to be a little bit humble, but it's okay. You won't hurt our feelings.
Do you have a favorite class at Edgewood?
I really have always enjoyed math class, and this year I'm also taking piano class, which has been a ton of fun.
Yeah, last year you were for March. You were the Madison Sports Hall of Fame female athlete of the month. You couldn't make it because you had a piano. You had a recital coming up or whatever. So you've been playing piano for a long time.
I took piano lessons as a kid. I actually am just starting to pick it back up again. So I'm kind of relearning it all, but I enjoy it a lot. We have a great teacher at Edgewood, and it's been lots of fun to get back into piano. That's another thing that I think you can carry through life. It'd be a cool skill to have.
Yeah, so I got to ask, do you have a favorite song that you like playing, or one that you're trying to pick up now, or that you're just starting to learn?
We've been kind of mixing up our songs, but I can't name one song right now that I'm learning, but yeah, we'll see. It's just been a lot of fun I'm still at kind of the beginning level, so learning lots of simple songs right now, but it's been a ton of fun.
Favorite artist? Favorite musical artist?
I am a big Luke Combs fan.
Okay. Dennis, do you know who Luke Combs is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yes. I just needed to make sure. As we're joined by Anna Miller from Edgewood High School, who recently committed to the Wisconsin Badgers to play women's basketball.
You can ask her if she's a Swiftie.
Well, so, okay, Anna, are you a Swiftie?
I'm not. I'm more of a country fan.
Okay.
See, that's a little Combs.
Yeah, exactly. Dennis asked, I opened up our show doing a whole thing with a bunch of all the song titles from her new album. So had to keep that theme going here through the show.
That's correct.
Anna, one last thing I was going to ask you about, you picked the Wisconsin Badgers. Were there any other schools that you were kind of thinking about or that were recruiting you and that you were maybe interested in as well?
Well, I feel so blessed and grateful. I won't name any specific schools, but I had the opportunity to meet a ton of great coaching staffs and receive offers from places in some of the top conferences in the country. So I'm very fortunate, and I had many great opportunities, but I've always kind of known in my heart that Wisconsin was a place for me. So I am definitely very fortunate and grateful for all the coaches that I've talked to, and I can't wait to be a Badger.
Any particular player that reached out to you? Have you had an official visit?
I have not had an official visit yet. I think that isn't until later, but I have had several unofficial visits there and have enjoyed those a lot. So it's been great.
Well, Anna, again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. And again, congratulations on making your commitment to the Wisconsin Badgers.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Again, that was Anna Miller from Edgewood High School, as she committed to the Wisconsin Badgers earlier this week. This is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll unveil our large school media poll. Plus, we'll have the head coach of the Milton Red Hawks, Dan Prahl, joining us in studio here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. All of that coming up in Hour 2 next here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly on ESPN Wisconsin.
Online, or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie, and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
I really struggled with choosing a career path. I had so many interests and couldn't decide what to do. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm figuring it all out, making friends and connections along the way. Coming here is the best decision I ever made. My advice to others? Just take the first step. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. With a legacy of excellence and an extensive selection of quality Ford vehicles, it's the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com. Or visit them on the east side of Madison today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Are you considering a career in media? With the help of the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Foundation and local broadcasters, you can be a part of this exciting field. 4 scholarships are waiting to assist students enrolled in broadcasting or related educational programs. Eligible applicants must have completed at least half of their degree or graduation requirements. Visit WBAFoundation.org and let us help you reach your career goals. Applications must be received by 4 p.m. Friday, October 31st, so apply now.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
The biggest moments.
One man to beat up the right sideline.
See ya, baby.
99-yard touchdown run.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships.
The biggest stories from area high school sports. This is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, here's Hunter Vaughn.
Hour 2 of Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly continues on. I'm Hunter Vaughn. With me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. And a little bit of a change is the head coach of the Milton Red Hawks, Dan Prahl, got here a little bit early, so we'll be going into our Midwest Financial Group coaches profile. As the lineup at Midwest Financial Group consists of coaches for your financial world, organizing the players on your personal team. Behind every great team is a great right coach. Let the Midwest Financial Group be yours for your financial planning needs. Head to mfgteam.com to get started today. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. So, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to come up here to Madison and join us here in the studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, year 2 now of you as the head coach here for the Milton Red Hawks. And just want to know first, as we kind of look back at your last season, you guys made it to level 3. You fell in the sectional championship to Badger 42-22. What did you learn about your team from that past season and now coming into this season from that first year with Milton?
Yeah, we had a lot of seniors last year, so I'm very thankful for the way those gentlemen let me come in and coach them and the rest of our staff. Now, this year's team, though, a lot of new faces, but very, very close, cohesive, family-oriented, and the coaching staff is the same way. The longer you're around somebody, the more you get to know them, how they work, what they don't like, and yeah, this is just a fun group to be around. They're very competitive.
Now, you started out, I've known you since you played at Oregon for your dad, a Hall of Fame coach.
Yes,
how is Bob doing?
Oh, Bob's great. Got to give a shout out to my old man. I love him. Love your dad.
You were at Stoughton, and now you're at Milton. You just love the Badger Conference, and you were at Wanakee. That's where you student taught under Pat Rice, with Pat Rice, right?
Yeah, and Pat Rice did that for my dad at Oregon. Like my dad started all of this for me, and my playground was the Oregon practice field, and so a couple weeks ago we got to play there at Oregon, and I love Coach Weber. He's going to keep grinding that out over there, but it's a fantastic place to play.
And one of the few places still has grass.
Yeah, it looks like turf, but Ron does a great job, Novinska there, and it was the same thing at Lake Geneva Badger. We thought we were playing on a fairway down at Grand Geneva. It was crazy.
So for you, then you say you went back and got to coach at Oregon. What was that like for you then? Like you said, that was your playground, and now you're one of the guys on the sideline.
You learn. You always, even if it's what not to do, it's what not, like what you, I don't know, I guess I said that wrong there, but like you can learn what not to do from some people you don't like, I guess. And so, I always respected my old man and how like 25 years, 30 years of coaching, and people still stop and say hi to you in the grocery store. And to me, you did it right. Like there's more to life than football, even though we all have this sick obsession with it. And, I'm guilty of it, but our young men here in Milton are great. Absolutely love it, and year 2 has been phenomenal.
What's the biggest thing you learned from your dad as being a head coach then?
Still learning every day. It's my roommate right now. He's more patient than I am, but we're both competitive, and he's still drawing up X's and O's and leaves me plays here and there, and I love it. But yeah, I learned relationships from him. Like it's more than life, more about life than football, and like you don't treat anybody disrespectful, or you're not superior to anybody just because you're title. Like everyone's replaceable, and it can get torn down in a second.
The other thing that's big is, and we talked about this last year when you took over, one of the coaches now that's coaching in the building, you're a math teacher.
Yep.
You always liked math?
Yeah, my mom always told me too, like, PE, you're going to have like 500 applicants, math, not as many. And yeah, I got to give a shout out to David Ebert, math teacher at Oregon. And, he made it fun, it was easy for me. And, so I kind of take that approach to my daily routine with my students. And, not everybody comes to math thrilled and motivated. And so motivating the unmotivated's a challenge in itself, but we got great administration, great teachers. Like I love working in Milton. Phenomenal.
What's easier, motivating a teenager to be in math class or a teenager in the middle of July for football practice?
It depends on your smile and your eyebrows, I've learned. No, I love it. I think, again, it's just right. Everybody learns at a different pace, and to me, teaching is coaching. And so, even though I've gone over playing my head thousands of times, or one of my assistants, that might be the first time for that student, or for the player, or you know what do you mean you don't get 20 bananas? What you're supposed to do on that play? Like, oh, okay, well let me draw you the visual. We watch it on film. We walk through it. So we have a process, Milton, and we take a lot of pride in it, and we're always trying to perfect it.
I've always thought the best coaches are teachers first.
Yes, sir.
And you get to do both.
Yep. Well, we start every day. We start in the classroom or film. Phones are away, and you guys you're locked in, and there's no talking when a coach is talking, and sometimes we have too many coaches in the room, so I got to divide up more by position and get more TVs available. But we got phenomenal coaches, and Eric Hessenauer, Nate Truin, two of our O-line coaches, and played at lacrosse. Nate played at Whitewater in the NFL. So our O-line comes over, they go under the tent, and here's an O-lineman who played in the NFL talking to you and getting our box right and it fits. So I love it. It's a phenomenal staff.
You mentioned Whitewater. I mean, that's where you played, and you played under Goodwin and coached under Goodwin, Lance Leopold.
Yes, sir.
What kind of lessons did he teach you?
Him and Coach Borland and Kolonicki, and you had Dinkle, and everybody was there. But just again, the process, how you go about your stuff day to day, and I guess one thing that always sticks to my mind with Lance is detail matters. Like the little things are going to add up, and dang, he was right. My time in Stoughton, I learned a lot early on, and I texted Lance earlier this week and just said, hey, it's a bad week to be a Red Raider. Go Kansas, baby. Like, I believe in him. He's a phenomenal coach, and he's doing a great job there.
One of the things I guess I didn't realize, I went to UW Oshkosh and paid attention to Whitewater as Lance was there. I didn't realize until I started doing this and covering high school sports. A lot of people talk about at the NFL level coaching trees. I mean, Lance at this point, it seems like he's got a coaching forest here in the state of Wisconsin with high school coaches and just the impact that he's had. I mean, it almost feels like every single conference there's at least one coach that has a connection to Whitewater. It's crazy.
Yes, it's awesome, right?
Yes. I'm an Oshkosh grad, so it's not quite awesome, but it's impressive.
Pat Cerrone. How crazy is this? He's with Lance at Kansas now, and so now that is becoming a forest or a rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
But Cerrone's a little guru in his own way, and those are the Muskego coaches. I learned that last year in my All-Star days with Lucchese and Ken Krause. They're a disciple of Cerrone, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm looking around the room. I'm the only bipolar guy in here. I'm like, hey, I feel good about it too, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a different way to run a defense or an offense, but again, to me, it's your process. How you go about it. Don't make anything bigger than it needs to be, and it's the next big game because it's the next one on the schedule. 1-0.
Well, my son's a Whitewater grad, and I had a Whitewater hat. And when I go to football games and wear it, I get stopped every game by someone that was Whitewater coach or has ties. It's phenomenal. For a long time, Whitewater, lacrosse, Platteville. I mean, the WIC is just an incredible conference, and you were part of that.
It's really good football. I was only scout team guy.
WIAC or WIAC?
WIAC, I'd say.
Okay.
But hey, I teach math, not reading.
Okay. We're joined by the head coach of the Milton Red Hawks, Dan Prahl. Right now, you've got the Red Hawks at 6-1 on the year. You're 4-1. You're just a game behind Waunakee right now in those conference standings. But you've got this important game here against Sun Prairie East this week. I'm always interested in, you've been talking a lot about the process and that, but how do you keep high schoolers focused on this week and that, the phrase of 1-0 every week kind of mentality when you've got a bunch of teenagers that they don't always look at the moment and they're a lot of times looking ahead to what's next?
Well, they better do it when I'm not in the room. No, our staff is great, right? This is what we do, fellas. And, the proof is in the pudding. When you get caught looking ahead, I mean, Coach Kaminsky and those Sun Prairie East Cardinals are a very, very good football team. Their 3 losses, McGuanago, Monona Grove, Waunakee, okay, really good teams, right? So they have all of our attention. We're excited for this opportunity. We love that stadium. It's beautiful, and we're looking at getting on turf. I think so. We're practicing tomorrow night at Whitewater High School, and we haven't been on turf since the summer in 7-on-7. So little things, right? Detail matters.
So what is it about Sun Prairie that you're like, this is what we've got to focus on? These are the things that they do really well that you're kind of telling your guys to watch out for?
Well, Coach Bass has been around for a while. He's going to throw different looks at us. The box won't be the same for the old lineman, right? Try to confuse the 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid. And then Kavanaugh he's a genius on offense. Like he's going to spread you out horizontally, vertically, and I don't care who's back there running the ball. Like they got athletes, and the 5 guys up front block hard, they play hard, and they got coaches that are relentless and they're never going to quit. Like we're in for a 4-quarter battle. We're excited, and we're excited to see where we stand at the end of this competition. Like we know where we're at. We think we're a good football team. We're a physical football team, and they're Division I for playoffs, and this would be a really good win for us.
A couple of names, offense and a defense. Now, Cummins, your quarterback. Was he a wide receiver last year?
Yes, sir.
And now taking over the reins back there.
Yeah, he was wide out DB. And so after Badger beat us, it was, when I first got here, is he going to be the QB or Zeal? And no, Jake he's a phenomenal athlete, playing baseball at Milwaukee next year. And, right away, do you want to be QB? Yep. All right, well, that's put to bed. And he makes plays. Like, just keep him in space.
We're joined by the head coach of the Milton Red Hawks, Dan Prahl, here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. One of the things we've been asking every single coach about this, your first year you didn't have the unlimited contact days, so you're very limited in how much you could be spending with your team when it came to football stuff. Now this offseason, you had unlimited days. How did you go about that? What was your approach with your staff to having those unlimited contact days this year?
It's a great question. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, I honor and love family time, and so as soon as you start asking for more, guys want to get compensated for it, right? And so everybody wants a piece, and you don't always have the money to do that. And so for me, it was we need to get together and lift. Like right now, the summer is about lifting, bonding, and showing each other we're putting in the work, and be a multi-sport athlete, be a kid. A lot of kids have jobs in Milton, and I love that they're multi-sport athletes. I want competitors out here that hate to lose. So for me, Jake Cummins, big baseball player, all right, what days are you available? Well, that made it easy. You only got 5 anyway. There we go. Those are the 5. All right, everybody else, pick it around here.
A defensive player, a couple of players out there for us to watch.
Oh, yeah, Carter Thompson, I love him. He's our D captain. He's a wild man inside, but he's our leader. We got a lot of guys. Evan Jagosinski, our D-line, J.J. Ballard, Jack Kemp. God, I miss people. Gavin Cole, our corner. Our defense flies around and we hit, and I love it. You rein them back all week, and they're mad at you. And no, we're not tackling anybody, man. Just hang on.
You'll get to the tackling.
It's almost Friday.
It has been a big adjustment since you were in high school now with the contact. Football is safer than it's ever been. Would you believe that?
Yeah, I think that the technology, the techniques being taught, and I mean, obviously it comes down to the coaching staffs and what they're teaching. But hopefully, again, I treat all of these players like my own son. I'm going to do what's best for them and player safety. I'm not going to put anybody in that position. But, yeah, growing up for the most part, get your head across, perfect tackle. Well, how often does that really happen? So, yeah, we're going to put you in the bad spot of, your head's behind. Well, we're going to shoot, suck, and roll, and makes you try to get one more step in the ground on contact. Keep your head up. And, yeah, we don't want to see anybody get hurt.
One last thing, since we don't cover Milton a whole lot here on our PrepMania coverage, just real quick, can you describe what your team, your offense, and kind of what it looks like? What if there's maybe a college or an NFL team that you're like, that's what our offense would kind of look like, and then kind of the same thing defensively?
Yeah, I'd say we're defensively we're a 4-2-5. I mean, so the box will stay the same for the most part, 4 down linemen and 2 guys there, and 5 DBs adjusted to motion. Offensively, I guess maybe like the Kansas City Chiefs. Love Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes is electric, and Jake's kind of electric too. And we like the motion, and We're in a pre-snap move, and we got.
So we're going to see like that tornado reverse they ran on Monday night?
No, but maybe I got to put it in next week.
We'll be looking out for that then. Obviously, we don't want you to give anything away here. But, Coach, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate you coming on, and good luck on Friday night here against Sun Prairie East.
Hey, thanks for having me. Go Red Hawks.
Perfect. That was the head coach of the Milton Red Hawks, Dan Prahl, joining us here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. We'll unveil our large school media poll next on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, breaking down more from this week in area high school sports next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Is your home ready for a transformation? Whether it's a stunning kitchen remodel, a fresh new bathroom, or complete exterior makeover, Wanakee Remodeling has you covered. Their expert team turns your vision into reality with quality craftsmanship, affordable pricing, and unbeatable customer service. From concept to completion, Wanakee Remodeling is here for you. View what's possible at their beautiful showrooms in Madison and Wanakee and call 608-442-0034 or visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for your free estimate today.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to the activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more about the Ortho Team Clinic at stoughtonhealth.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Staying on Wisconsin sports never stops with the Jump Around podcast.
They've just had such a difficult time gaining traction because they can't stay healthy. And really, you start at the QB1 position. If you don't get quarterback 1 right, you don't have really a lot of things feel good to you in your program as a whole.
The Jump Around, outfitted by Iron Jock Apparel, with guests presented by Steinhoffels, streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life.
Hey, this is Gene Cho, Bucky from 03 to 05. Most memorable moment? Definitely getting arrested at a football game for crowd surfing as Bucky. Oof, maybe not the best shining moment for Bucky.
Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly continues on. I'm Hunter Vaughn. With me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. We're also brought to you by the GRB Academy. If you're interested in getting individual or group lessons from some of the highest levels of coaching for the baseball player in your life, the GRB Academy offers individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. It's now time for us to unveil our large school media poll for week 7 of the high school football season. And this was the one where we saw some change, Dennis, and with the matchups that we have coming up this week, we're going to be seeing even more changes. The Lake Geneva Badgers come back into the top 10. They're 7-0, but they're the number 7 team in the playoff matrix. And we're going to know more about them after week 9, where they'll take on 7-0 Union Grove, a conference championship game of sorts. So there's still more for them. But
realize how good their run game is with Matt O'Grady. He's passed for 4 touchdowns, 10 of 21. Okay, 3 a game, right?
Yeah,
the attempts. But he's rushed for 1,039 yards. He's averaging 13.5 yards a carry, 16 touchdowns. And just ask Wanakee 2 years ago at State what it was like to go up against that Badger triple option.
Yeah, and I can answer you that. It was not fun for them.
But Union Grove, week 9.
Yes.
That's the conference championship game coming up.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fans very frustrated with you voters. I don't vote in our media poll. Dennis does, so I can throw him under the bus. You voters not giving Badger enough respect, according to a lot of the fans from around the state who think Badger should be rated higher as they're 7-0. Continuing on, Bayport, they're 6-1, but they have one of the most impactful games coming up here as they will take on number 4 West De Pere. So I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but the number 9 team will take on number 4 West De Pere this week. So one of these teams, whoever wins that game, we're going to be saying, all right, that's kind of a team that's going to make a deep run here. The loser, I don't know what they're going to be able to do in the postseason.
Well, you've seen times during the season to win the regular season game,
yep,
and you come back and that's what happened to St. Mary Springs last year, right?
Yep.
Won the last game against Laconia and then lose first round of the playoffs. Saw that Follett and Sun Prairie. Follett got demolished one week. Next week, or they come back and they win. So you want that second chance.
Yeah, you definitely do. And then number 8 in our large school media poll is Hamilton. They're 6-1. And they've got another game that's going to tell us a lot about these teams as they'll take on number 5 Arrowhead as well. So 2 top 10 battles coming up this week. And we're going to see a ton of movement because one team has to win this game, and then they're going to jump up because of that top 10 win. Plus, they'll jump up in the playoff matrix because they'll have a Division 1 or Division 2 win, and that's going to give them more points. So there's so much that's going to still happen, and we've only got 2 weeks left of the season, Dennis.
Sorry, Packers, Cowboys, there are no ties. High school football.
There is not, as they'll keep on playing. And then at number 7 is Homestead, the Highlanders. They'll host Slinger coming up here, and both teams 5-0 in the North Shore Conference. So a conference championship game for Homestead coming up as they're at number 7.
Then I got West Bend West next week, who's only got 1 loss.
Yep.
So that North Shore Conference could be a good one.
And then at number 6, the Nina Rockets. They won a defensive battle, a game hearkening back to a Big Ten West type of game as they took down Kimberly 7-0. I thought that there was a mistake on there. I had to check it 4 different places because I'm like, there's no way that Nina and Kimberly only scored 1 time in that entire game. But they did.
They held Kimberly's offense to 78 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, their quarterback, Ashton Van Beek, he had 174 total yards, twice as many as their defense gave up. So they're alone in the top of the standings. Got games with Fond du Lac and Hortonville left, and looking very good at this point.
Then at number 5 is Arrowhead, the Warhawks. Like we said, they've got that game coming up against Hamilton. That's going to be a huge game for those 2 teams. And then at number 4, West De Pere, who we already mentioned, and they if they can get a win against Bayport, I think it's going to launch them to being a number 1 seed in the Division II playoffs. Right now, they're still sitting in that number 2 seed spot, but that 1 seed, it's so important for teams, and I think it's something that people don't always necessarily pay attention to. If you're a 1 seed, you get home playoff games for the first 3 levels of the playoffs, and then the level 4, that's where then you go to a neutral site game before going to Camp Randall for state. So getting those 3 home games, if you don't have to travel until a neutral site game with the chance to go to state, that's massive for these teams. So you really want that number 1 seed, and West Lapeer has a chance to get it if they can take down Bayport.
And nothing beats home cooking.
Exactly. Home cooking, you're not having to get on a bus in the afternoon to go somewhere. That's going to be a big, important game for West Lapeer against Bayport. Then into our top 3 of the large school media poll here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, the Waunakee Warriors getting 2 first-place votes. They fell just 1 point shy of being ahead of Muskego for that number 2 spot, but they'll end the season against the guy that we just talked to here on PrepMania Weekly, Dan Prahl's Milton Red Hawks. Right now, they're a 2 seed as Waunakee in Division 1.
And they can't look past this week. It's DeForest. And DeForest is, 2-5, 2-3 in the conference? That's a rivalry game.
Exactly.
Be careful. What do you call those?
It's like a trap game
games.
or a look-ahead game.
Yep.
Because Milton is 1 game behind Waunakee for the Badger Large Conference title. So that's one of those where if those teenagers and those high schoolers, if they're kind of looking at the schedule saying, oh, we'll lock up the conference if we can win that game, we don't have to have a share of a conference title, they could all of a sudden, DeForest could catch Waunakee napping. So Waunakee's got an important 2 weeks ahead of them to get another conference title. And then 1 point ahead of the Waunakee Warriors, it is the Muskego Warriors, as they are in at number 2 with 1 first place vote. They got 113 points, and their last 2 weeks, it doesn't get any easier for them, as they've had a really difficult schedule through the season, as they host Oconomowoc this week, and then they go on the road to take on their rivals, Mukwonago, to finish off the season.
Yeah, they crushed Kelly last week. They're giving up just 8 points a game. Their defense has been phenomenal, and they run the football, and that is the team that plays the natural running clock because they just want to pound the ground against you.
They absolutely do. And then finishing off again at number 1, they've been there for a few weeks now, are the Franklin Sabres with 137 points, 11 first place votes. They've really got to stay focused here, Dennis, does Franklin, because they don't have that big test here the last 2 weeks like some of these other teams do that we've been talking about. Is their last 2 weeks they play a 3-win Kenosha Indian Trail team, and then they finish up the season with a 2-win Racine Horlick squad. So there's a chance here where Franklin, they get a running clock the last 2 weeks, and then that's that weird spot that coaches get put in if you don't get tested late in the season. Do you pull your guys, or do you just keep out your starters because you want them to play a full 48 minutes of football?
They have something else riding. They have not given up a point in the last 10 straight quarters. How'd you like to end your season with 4 games of shutout ball?
I mean, that's great, but again, Dennis, I'm worried for Franklin. If they get running clocks here, how do they handle that from a roster spot? Because we've seen that. Waunakee has talked about that. I know you talked to Pat Rice a lot when he was the head coach there. Chris Graverson's even mentioned it, and other coaches have, of that balancing act of, okay, if you're getting a running clock late in the season, how do you handle that for your roster? You want guys rested, but you also want them to be fully ready and used to playing a full 4-quarter football game, because I mean, we see it all the time. 8 seed or a 7 seed goes on the road to a 1 or a 2, and they give them a full 4-quarter battle because that 1 or 2 seed, they're not used to being tested like that.
It's also a good time, too, with the injuries. Waunakee is trying to get their offensive linemen back healthy. So it might be a case of some guys needing some extra reps just because they're out on the field. But, again, you want to balance the balancing act, again, of getting your guys enough, but then giving them a little bit of a break, too, because it's been 7 weeks long season.
It definitely has been.
And we're only halfway through if you want to go to Camp Randall.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing to think about. For these teams, these Franklins, Muskego, Waunakee, West, any one of these top 10 teams, this is the halfway point of their season if they have their eyes set on Camp Randall.
A lot of teams will be packing up their stuff in 2 weeks, or a week from actually Friday. So
Yeah, that's the wild thing with how long this season is for the teams that make it to Camp Randall. Again, recapping our large school media poll for the week 7 of the high school football season. Number 10, the Lake Geneva Badgers. Then number 9, the Bayport Pirates. Checking in at number 8, Hamilton Chargers. The Highlanders of Homestead are number 7. At number 6, the Neenah Rockets. Number 5, the Arrowhead Warhawks. And number 4, the Phantoms of West De Pere. Number 3, with 2 first-place votes, the Waunakee Warriors. Then at number 2, the Muskego Warriors with 1 first-place vote. And at number 1, the Franklin Sabres getting 11 of the first-place votes this week in our large school media poll. Dennis, we had a couple of area teams here who just missed out on getting, they got some votes, but didn't get into the top 10 that I wanted to talk about here quickly. First being the Monona Grove Silver Eagles. They got 4 points. They came in what would have ended up being 13th, and then Middleton would have been our last one at number 15, getting 1 point for their vote. I'm going to assume that you were the one that gave Middleton that 1 point.
Just got them into the top. Yeah, just wanted to give a little love for them. They've been playing well ever since the Bayport game. They've won 6 in a row, and that was an impressive showing against Verona. Even though Verona was had a few players out of that game, you still got to play with what got you there, and they showed a lot of spirit. And, I really like that. Last week, 56 points on East. Yeah, East was first team to score, but that was a mistake they made at the end, trying to clean up things. Their last 2 games, they'll follow it this week, is a winnable game, but then Madison West. That is a good test, actually, for them going in. West is going to need that game probably to get to the playoffs, depending on what happens with them at Janesville Craig this week. But I just like the way the Cardinals been playing offense and defense, and that they could have this could be the year they make a 2-3 round run. But again, anytime you look at the Madison area teams having to go up against the Classic 8 right now, that's just no comparison.
Yeah, and that's been the struggle for the Big 8 teams, in particular Middleton and Verona, when it comes to getting past level 1 into that level 2 spot.
Close, like a 1 point loss it's still a loss.
It is.
Got to get over that hump.
Yep, and
we're hoping this might be the year, but I don't know. We'll see. The record is not the record that we've seen out of Verona the last few years. That big streak snapped. But you got to like when it comes to postseason. It's a whole new season. Everybody starts out 0-0. Just bring your A game. And how long do you want to keep playing with your buddies? It's another week of practice. It's another week of hanging out. And for the seniors, a lot of them, it's like Rudy. For the seniors, it's your last game. So we're getting to that point, one and done.
We definitely are, as that does it for our large school media poll. Dennis mentioned it a little bit there, where Madison West, they're right on the fringe of getting into the playoffs. They'll need to take care of some business. So coming up next, we're going to go through the playoff matrix and a little bit of bubble watch. Some teams that are currently in from the area, but some ones that if they, can win a few games here, might be able to sneak their way into the playoff. We'll have some bubble watch, plus to finish up our show, we will have our PrepMania on deck. So leave in the chat, whether it's the fans watching on Daily Dodge or watching on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Leave a team or a game that you want us to talk about, or you think that the Dean and I should be talking about. And it doesn't even have to be in football. And Dennis and I will wrap up the show talking about those games or those teams from the area to finish off PrepMania Weekly, as this is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly on ESPN Wisconsin.
More of Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly coming up next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie, and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's Top Prospect Camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison Axe is your state-of-the-art entertainment spot.
Whoa, you nailed it!
Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
The team at Midwest Financial Group are values-based financial specialists that offer full-service financial solutions. This local independent firm has been dedicated to helping people achieve their financial, tax, and insurance goals for over 30 years. Visit mfgteam.com to learn more about how they can help set up your future for financial success. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year Award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
He's coming out, 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 he's coming out.
This is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. I'm Hunter Vaughn. With me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. We're also brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, and they have a reputation for winning. Their experienced, powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There is never a fee until they win your case. Gruber Law Offices has been serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. One call, Dennis.
That's all.
That's all is right. We're now going to do a bubble watch segment. We'll do this for the next 2 weeks here on PrepMania Weekly as we get down towards the end of the season and there's teams that are on the fringe. So we talked to Jesse Norris of Edgewood High School. He was a part of the team that put together the new playoff matrix. So for those that don't know, they now already know who the Division 1, 2, and all the way down to 7 teams teams are. You get points for beating teams, and then based on the record or the number of wins for the teams that you beat, you get points for that. And then they just rank all the teams based on points. Top 32 get in. So we're going to go through some teams for a bubble watch. We'll start off at the number 26 team in the Division 1, the Sun Prairie East Cardinals, Dennis. They currently are 4-3 on their season. They've lost back-to-back games with the non-conference loss to McWanago and then losing to Monona Grove and Wanakee. They've got the Milton Red Hawks, who are 6-1, and they finish up their season against DeForest. So they're in a spot right now at 26 where they've got to win out here to get into the playoffs. I think if they lose either of these games because of who they would be losing to here, I don't know if they get into the postseason.
Yeah, that's tough because of injuries. They lost Brady Kaufman, who set in Week 5, set the all-time rushing record at Sun Prairie. Well, it was Sun Prairie, now it's Sun Prairie East. Is out for the rest of the season, and a slew of other players have just been hurt. It's one of those years that if it wasn't for bad luck, the Cardinals wouldn't have any at all. We saw them play early in the season, they're a competitive team. But yeah, I think they got to win out here.
They definitely do. And then two teams that one that is in and then the other one is just outside, and they play each other this week. At number 31, Janesville Craig, but then number 36, Madison West. So Madison West here to finish off their season, they'll have Janesville Craig at home, and then they play Middleton at home. Craig has West on the road, and then they finish up at home against Verona. So both of these teams, they're in a spot where the loser of this game may end up losing out because of having Verona and Middleton at the end of their season. So this is one of those games where they have to win this, and I think they're the winner. Whoever wins, they still need to win this next week to be able to get in maybe. I don't know if they can go 1-1. So whoever wins this game, they set themselves up for a win or go home sort of situation week 9.
Yeah, that's where Madison Memorial didn't do Craig any favors by routing them there. And that take a step back. That's going to be a bounce-back game for them. And it's at West, and West is showing a lot of spunk this year. They've had their issues, a couple of times in some games. You look back at some of the big games that they've had. They had that loss to Parker by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
That may be a game they'll look back at the end and say, God, if we could have had 2 more points, we could have won that one. Then Verona just took them apart last week. So it's a bounce-back game for them as well. How do you recover going, hey, guys, we still got a lot to play for here.
Yeah.
Look at the film. Let's find a couple things to build on and immediately wash that away from the memory.
Yeah, and then for Craig, they had that 50-19 loss to Memorial, but then they lost 31-0 at Middleton, as well as week 2, 21-0 at home to Milton. So they're in that spot where the teams they lost to, it would be huge if they could have gotten a win, or 2 of their losses with Middleton and Milton. Memorial wouldn't have done a whole lot for them when it comes to the matrix. So they're sitting right on that fringe at number 31. And again, West sitting at 36 right now. You got to be number 32 to get in. They don't have any play-in games or anything like that, like the NCAA tournament. Top 32 get in. You got to be at number 32. And West, they were frustrated last year, should have gotten in. Right now, they're, again, sitting in that fringe. So we're going to be watching Madison West closely. We'll actually have that Madison West and Middleton game. They'll play on a Thursday night to finish off their season. That's a game that you and Jesse Nelson will be on the call for. As, again, West looks like they need to win out against Craig and then Middleton to get themselves into the playoffs. And then one last team, we head out of Division 1 to Division 2, and it is the team that is right now the last team in, and that's the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers. They have a ginormous game to finish off their season against number 10 in the medium school poll, the Plymouth Panthers, but they've got a 4-3 Port Washington. So, Dennis, we kind of play this out here for Beaver Dam. They beat Port Washington. That should bump them up a little bit from that 32 spot, as they're just 0.13 points behind Kettle Moraine for that 31. But if they fall to Plymouth, they don't get those additional points for Plymouth being a one-loss team, hypothetically. So they're kind of in that really tough spot where they need to win out to really secure things for themselves. They can't try and rely on other teams around them to lose games.
Yeah, you look at their wins against 0-7 Fort Atkinson, 0-7 Kewaskum, 1-6 Watertown, and then 3-4 Kettle Moraine Lutheran. So they need a good win. They need a signature win. They'll start with Port Washington. That's a winnable game for them. And both home games here. But ever since that loss to Sauk Prairie, and Sauk kind of took them apart in that one, they've been on a good roll the last 3 weeks. So
yeah. They've responded well with a 37-0 win, 35-7, 41-7. So the Golden Beavers of Beaver Dam, they've bounced back since those losses, but those 3 consecutive losses they had early in the year with a loss on the road at Menominee Falls, 22-20, heartbreaking game for them, but then a 28-19 game against Mount Horeb Barneveld. They were in that game. They were competitive, and then a 45-14 loss to Sauk Prairie. That was just a tough 3-game schedule stretch for them against some really good teams, but this is where they run into that issue now of you stumble a couple of times, and if you're kind of a fringe team and you're not a run-the-table sort of team or a one-loss team, you get into some issues here late as, again, Beaver Dam sitting on the fringe of number 32 right now, the last team in for the Division II playoffs. So, Dennis, I want you to make the prediction for Beaver Dam. Do you think they get into the postseason sitting at number 32 right now, and they still have an undefeated Plymouth to wrap up their season, and then they this week play Port Washington, who is 4-3 on the year?
I think they get in. I'm gonna go Golden Beavers. They're gonna beat Port Washington, and they'll give Plymouth a game. And that's a game they could win. You never know.
So Dennis has the Golden Beavers getting in.
I think they're going to get in.
I made a bold proclamation on the Dam Sports Show with Corey and Wally a couple of weeks ago. They even clipped me for it, and rightfully so. I said that it felt like this Beaver Dam Plymouth game could be a conference title game. I wasn't a full believer in Plymouth. I thought they were a solid team. They've kind of proved me wrong. I thought they would, with those crossover games, I thought they would maybe stumble for a game or two in there and give Beaver Dam a chance to get a share of the conference title. They haven't done that, but it still has that feeling because if you're Plymouth, you want a 1 seed. You want those 3 home games through the playoffs. But then if you're Beaver Dam, you've got to kind of win this game really to secure a playoff spot. So that's going to be a great game. That's a game you can watch if you're watching on Daily Dodge right now. You'll be able to see that game. They do a great job covering the Golden Beavers, and that'll be a game you and I will be keeping our eyes on for that final game of the regular season that Friday night. As you and I will have Sauk Prairie Edgewood, but we're going to be keeping our eyes on some of the other area teams for, again, that bubble watch.
I have to give them a shout out because when they played Sauk Prairie, I have to write the Sauk Prairie games basically off film and streaming. That was the best game I had all year. The guys were awesome.
Yeah.
So I love listening to them. And again, if I wasn't doing a game, I'd be watching Daily Dodge.
Absolutely. And two, you'd have people, if you weren't working the game, we would still have a game on ESPN Madison here, Dennis. We would just be giving you the night off. So, yeah. I mean, watch us and then go back and watch Daily Dodge on Saturday, of course. We love the team up at Daily Dodge. So that was our bubble watch. We're going to wrap up PrepMania Weekly with our PrepMania on deck to finish things off here on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly.
You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly, breaking down more from this week in area high school sports next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris go inside Bucks training camp. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
October baseball is on ESPN Madison.
At the track, wall, goal!
It's the Brewers.
This is way back. Bye-bye baseball.
Versus the Cubs.
Hap on the warning track. Hap at the wall. It's gone!
This Wednesday, the NLDS heads back to Chicago for Game 3. Catch every pitch of the I-94 postseason matchup right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN. This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
This is Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. Zimbrick Honda's been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. Dennis, it's time for our PrepMania on deck. What game are you looking out for this week?
Regents roll. Madison West over Janesville Craig. The offense is almost 50-50 rush and pass. I think it's going to be too much for the Cougars.
The Janesville Craig and Madison West game is the game that Dennis is looking out for. I'm going to head down south, Dennis, down to New Glarus, as New Glarus and River Valley will be duking it out. New Glarus 4-1 in conference play. River Valley 5-0. New Glarus looking for some redemption after a tough loss last week to Prairie du Chien. They're trying to get a share of the conference title down there, so that's a game I'm really interested in. Went a little bit further away, but I like New Glarus. I'm a fan of the place, so I wanted to give that a shout out. That does it for Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly. I'm Hunter Vaughn. Alongside me, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. I want to say thank you to Dan Prahl, the head coach of Milton, for joining us, as well as Anna Miller, the future Badger from Edgewood High School, for joining us as well. We'll be back next week as we head into the final week of the regular season on high school football. This has been Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania Weekly on ESPN Wisconsin.
Twisted your ankle or jammed a finger under the Friday night lights? At Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic has you covered. Skip the emergency room circus, dodge the waiting room sitcom, and get expert care